Nigerian Senate rejects bill to make electronic transmission of election results mandatory. Why would they reject it? Of course now, they will reject it because they want to rig. I don't know, in 2026, you are rejecting electronic transmission. You still want paper. They should be carrying paper up and down in 2026. No be small thing. The Nigerian Senate has rejected the proposed amendment of the Electoral Act intended to make the electronic transmission of election results mandatory. Can you imagine? Just see these people. Now, the upper legislative chamber on Wednesday voted against the amendment to Clause 60, Subsection 3 of the Electoral Amendment Bill, which sought to strip the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) of its discretionary powers regarding the mode of results transmission. The rejected provision would have legally compelled INEC presiding officer to electronically transmit results from each polling unit directly to the results viewing portal (RF) in real time. Is that not what they are supposed to be doing? This was to be done immediately after the prescribed Form EC8A had been signed and stamped by the presiding officer and countersigned by party agents. Instead of the proposed reform, the Senate opted to retain the controversial existing provision of the Electoral Act. The current law states that the presiding officer shall transfer the results, including the total number of accredited voters and the results of the ballot, in a manner as prescribed by the Commission. By adopting this stance, the lawmakers have effectively allowed INEC to continue deciding whether or not to use electronic transmission. A loophole that critics argue was expected to undermine the integrity of the 2023 general elections. The development has been received with deep shock and disappointment by many Nigerians and civil society organizations who had championed the amendment as a necessary step to curb manual alteration of results at collation center. Yes. Let us see results in real time. People still want to be carrying paper, be changing results in 2026. Now, political analysts told Sahara reporters that the Senate decision is a regressive step. I'm telling you, that threatens the future of Nigeria's democracy. We thought the National Assembly would learn from the failures of the 2023, where the RF portal became a source of national embarrassment. Gerald Ede stated, by rejecting mandatory transmission, the Senate has essentially given a green light for the status quo of manual miracles and results manipulation to continue. The push for mandatory real-time transmission was seen as a silver bullet to restore voters' confidence in the electoral process. The rejection comes amidst rising calls for electoral reforms that would minimize human interference. Critics argue that leaving the manner of transmission to the discretion of the Commission, which has a history of technical glitches during critical hours of results collation, is a recipe for continued electoral disputes and lack of legitimacy for elected officials. It is well. Steve Cosman says, how can you tell a thief to approve CCTV surveillance? Did you get? In a facility where he normally goes to steal, he would not want you to put CCTV. Exactly. It is well. John Paul says, which thief will allow the installation of a CCTV camera in the area that he operates? Okay, says, are they aware that the American soldiers have arrived in Nigeria and more are still on the way? Let's hope that the Americans will be able to help us do something and make them accept it. Can you imagine? Mike says, but last time I checked, Nigeria does not have a Senate. Senior Copper says, them no say, na through backdoor them take enter, so they won't allow live transmission. Ismail says, that's his handwriting. Echo the living says that probably would have been surprised if the reverse is the case, like if they had accepted electronic whatever, we would have been surprised, really. Ahamofula says, my brother from Abia North don't take into count in tongue. You know, say, he no fit get one vote again, so he go be the first to march am for ground. Why won't the House of Comedy? Calibre says, are we expecting them to accept it in the first place? Funny people. We are surprised, as nobody is surprised. You are not surprised. Dr. Isaac says, darkness has no business with light. John Paul says, the difference between, the Babala did says, are you trying to say electricity because That is our common entrance exam every day. Igbenije says the fear of Peter Obi is the beginning of rejection of electronic transmission. The man says you don't expect them to frown at the process that brought shalom. What's that? Obera says on election day, activate Ofe Okazi Day. What was Ofe Okazi Day? Victor says first time in 4 years, the nays have it. I'm telling you, the nays have it. Before it is the yay have it. Frankie says so that they can rig now. We already know. Regal says funny set of people. The rest will never agree to attend the same party with the cat. No way. However, says maybe now this coming election to set Nigeria free. Trump is watching. I really hope and I pray that God keeps Trump alive. Mama Sani says, why are they sent by us or by themselves? Chukuma says, at this juncture, Peter Obi should save himself stress. Unless he just wants to validate the election as a lover of Nigeria. Amil says, what is their reason for the rejection? How do you want them to rig if they accept electronic showing of results? If they agree to it, how do you want them to rig the election? Muhammad says, rigging on their minds, exactly. Children says, you shouldn't be surprised. It's like shooting themselves, exactly. Olam Jude says, later you go the first person to get this or PVC. Like, what's the point? If people want to rig election. Ferdinand says, all of them, including Baba Tinubu, won't accept it because they know that they are there through the back door. Marshall says, rubber stamp Senate of Nigeria. Barry says, now why should we say the solution? Now revolution. But Peacemaker says, they don't fear, they know waiting will follow. National Assembly. Joy Zero says, she already told you Nigeria used to prepare for evolution. That is the only way to take back your country. Clement says not to protest. Now today we did protest. Ignacio says, once they mention Peter Obi's Gregory's name, now they will for trouser. Now nowhere pampers. They nowhere. Paula Carter says, rigging on autopilot. I'm telling you, those people, they are so shameless. Because you don't go favor them exactly. Robert says, go seek Anini approval to put CCTV camera for your house now. Now who does this thing? I don't know. So he said, let there be mother of all protests to make sure that they sign it by force protest. I don't know about that though. It is well. My listeners, what do you think? Don't forget to like, to share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.